Hey there, welcome to today's video. Let me jump right in there. Alright, let's get started. With regards to recent happenings in the stock market, all is not well with the Meta platform stock fortress. Some weeks ago, from the time of producing this video, the stock of Meta platforms, or Facebook, was down to $206, which is a 46% low from its all-time high at the onset of September 2021. The stock has really fared well and has since lost about $320 billion in value after rebranding its name from Facebook to Meta. This is a tough move for the company that has brought upon it some interesting financial repercussions. That's not all. The Meta platform stock, from the first time in history, has lost lots of users. It has also missed the estimates of stock analysts. And then there are concerns over user data privacy, which is already gaining momentum. In all this, it is still expected that Meta platform stock will surge up to $500 price. When would this happen? How will it happen? Continue watching this video to find out. Before we proceed, can you spare a few seconds of your time to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and bell icon? That will help you get informed of our new and upcoming videos that promise to be educational as well as informative. In the first days of February 2022, particularly the Wednesday, the 2nd February, Meta Platforms had a very bad day when their stock price hit a 20% drop from their after-hours trading after it had just published its 2021 final quarter earnings. This subdued fourth quarter earnings, we believe, stem from the shift of the California-based tech company's focus on the metaverse. This is seen in the change of its brand name from Facebook to Meta in October of 2021. The change in brand should not have been a problem, but it eventually became one. The metaverse is a virtual world where users or players can play games, interact, and have experiences interacting with people and objects through virtual reality technology and augmented reality. The best way to know why the Meta platform's stock price will hit a $500 high is to study its stock forecast analysis, starting from the major price drivers down to its technical view. As of the last week of February 2022, the stock of Meta platform plunged by 40% in 2022 to hit a low of $206 in pre-market trading. Not to mention the tech-savvy Nasdaq Composite Index fell by exactly 14% in the same 2022 period. Lately in the tech sector, investors' sentiments have been bearish as of late, and this could partly be a result of the recent hike in United States interest rates. The increasing interest rates giving more bond yields can hurt the high growth of tech equities, which are priced primarily on their future profits, especially for tech companies that are in some ways not profitable. Taking a step back to Facebook's stock price history, it is evident that the price at the time of producing this video somehow rolled the Facebook stock price to the point it was at the beginning of 2021 before it hit its fresh all-time high in September of the same year. It almost feels like there's a pattern to the Meta platform's stock prices. True, the Meta stock price has had its challenges since September of 2021, but it also has traded down to a very low level, lower than the low of March 2021. Meta stock prices really plunged to their lowest level for the past 11 months, and whether that is bad or good depends on the perspective of the investor concerned. According to David Jones, the chief market strategist of Capital.com, the plunge in the Meta stock price might be a major move, although he believes some investors will always take the plunge of tech companies as potential opportunities. It is also true that understanding a stock's past performances will give you a better outlook of the stock where you can see losses and disappointing earnings. In the fourth quarter of 2021, Meta earned $3.67 on each share. This was, on a diluted basis, a 5% low from the same period a year ago. However, this year it missed the estimates of analysts as a result of the company's expenditures in realizing its metaverse. According to a poll by MarketBeat, stock analysts had expected the Meta stock to reach $3.78 instead of the $3.67 earned. The chief executive officer of the company, Mark Zuckerberg, noted that Meta platforms have had very tough competition from companies delivering similar services. In his words, people have a lot of choices for how they want to spend their time, and apps like TikTok are growing very quickly. He said this on the February earnings call. Needless to say, it looks really bad when the CEO of a company admits that its competitor is better in some way than his own company, right? Well, it all depends on the context. Admittedly, Meta platform revenue rose 20% on a year-on-year basis to $33.67 billion. But they, however, had a total cost of $21.08 billion from $15.29 billion, which is a 38% jump from the same period in 2020. Dave Wehner, Meta Platform's chief financial officer, claimed that these changes are attributed to the change in hardware costs for their Reality Labs, research and development, and most importantly, the core infrastructure investments. That means that yes, it's money that the company and their investors will never see again, right? Well, no. It's quite easy to see that those were not superficial expenses. They were in fact investments into the company, which means that with those investments, they will probably make 10 times the money they spent in the next few years just because of those expenses that maybe people view as superficial. Also, with the recent change in Apple's iOS privacy settings, a great deal of it would affect Meta Platforms' ads accuracy and measurement. Dave Wehner estimates that the change would cost Meta a whopping $10 billion in 2022 and would lead to several vertical impacts on the company's stock price. That's not all. Did you know the social media giant Meta has also seen a global decline in the number of their active users? This is the first time it is happening in 18 years after it fell from 1.93 billion users to 1.929 billion users in the next quarter. Maybe to your eyes that wasn't a drastic fall, but as it was the first time that the numbers of users wasn't up for a whole quarter for more than 18 years, it was seen as very bad news from the investor perspective. Also, some major headwinds played a part in Facebook user growth. Wehner claims the headwinds that affected the company's user growth in the fourth quarter of 2021 included, but are not limited to, the data package's increase in price, which caused limited growth. He also mentioned companies that offered competitive services caused limited user growth, especially among younger users. Knowing the past performance of Meta Platforms stock gives lots of insight into the possibility of the stock hitting $500. For instance, before it got to an all-time high in September 2021, it plunged terribly in February and March of 2021. Do you see a pattern there? Also, with the company expecting to have a total revenue in the range of $27 to $29 billion for the 2022 first quarter, you can see the company is projecting a 3 to 11% year-on-year growth. The potential to hit $500 now looks possible, with the only question being, when? Another reason why the Meta Platform stock price will reach $500 is hidden in recent stock news. However, the central focus of Meta Platform stock news is the metaverse. The development of metaverse happens to be one of Meta Platform's top investment priorities for 2022. According to their chief executive officer, Zuckerberg, the company is focused on improving the foundational software and hardware that are necessary to build an embodied and immersive internet that would enable strong and more efficient digital and social experiences than anything the world has ever known. The company on the 24th of January 2022 announced that it has built and designed the Artificial Intelligence Research Supercluster, a development the company believes is going to be classified among the best and fastest supercomputers known to mankind. That will lead to one thing: more quality. In fact, with these supercomputers, the metaverse will be even more real than reality. And if you've seen recent metaverse footage, you'll agree that right now it's not realistic at all. While we wait for it to be completed in the middle of 2022, we can't help but wonder if the development of the fastest artificial intelligence supercomputer in the entire world would have a part to play in taking the stock price of Meta Platforms to $500. Another way to know why the Facebook stock price would get up to $500 is to study stock predictions by stock analysts. The Meta stock has faced some not-so-bullish earnings lately. However, stock analysts still maintain a very healthy and positive outlook for Meta Platforms stock. However, the big question is if the Meta Platforms stock is a sell, buy, or hold. To this question, 32 of 44 analysts on Wall Street, about 73%, rated Meta stocks a buy, and they believe the stock would offer a 12-month average price target of about $332.14. This poll was conducted by TipRanks. However, 11 stock analysts maintained a hold, claiming the stock's average price target could hit a 60% increase from its price of $206. Meta Platforms stock has faced terrible drops between the fourth quarter of 2021 and the first quarter of 2022. However, it has maintained a bullish outlook, outperforming analysts' expectations. At the time of producing this video, Wallet Investors expects the Meta Platforms stock to hit a price of $278.80 next year from $210.48. They also hope for the price to move up by February 2024 to $355.20. They also expect that by February of 2027, the price of Meta Platforms would be $569.40, which is $69.40 higher than the expected $500 price. That's for Waller investors. Gov Capital has been more optimistic with its Meta Platforms stock prediction, expecting that the stock will hit $463.14 by February 2023, and in 5 years reach a very high of $2,019. That's huge! That's very bullish. That could also make you rush into investing. So what do you think? Is Meta Platforms stock a good buy? Would it ever hit a $500 price? If it can, how high can it go? Do well to let us know in the comments section below. If you liked our video, then go ahead and click on the thumbs up, subscribe, and the bell icon to get notified of our new and upcoming videos. You can also check out our other videos. Goodbye!